Module 2, Franciscan Sources. The sources for Franciscan spirituality come from the original text written by Francis, Clare, and other early Franciscans. Accounts of the lives of Francis, Clare, and early followers by the first generations of Franciscans, later theological reflections and treatises composed by Franciscan theologians, and later stories of Franciscan practitioners. In the last 150 years, many of the early sources have been collated, edited, and translated to make them available for contemporary scholars and practitioners. These collections have deepened understanding of the tradition. Michael Higgins, Third Order Regular, gives an overview of Franciscan Christology, the Franciscan understanding of the nature and person of Christ. In his text, he makes reference to a number of the original sources of Francis of Assisi, as well as Franciscan theologians Bonaventure and John Duns Scotus. Note, he quotes from contemporary Franciscan scholarship as well. These are all sources of Franciscan spirituality. Friar Casey Cole provides two short videos. The first looks at sayings incorrectly attributed to Francis, both those consistent with the wider Franciscan tradition and those bearing little relationship with the tradition. His second video looks at actual sayings of Francis and also introduces some of the sources, which are perhaps less known to those who aren't Franciscan experts. The tradition has genuine scholarship, so be aware of a tendency to false attribution of feel-good mottos with little historical basis. Finally, Friar Daniel Horan provides some background on the friars Bonaventure and John Duns Scotus, a little bit of whom we've already heard a little about in earlier resources. This presentation is part of a summer lecture series from Durham University, and there are other lectures delivered by Horan. If you are interested and have time outside this program, it's worth having a look at those. There's also a series of lectures in the same series by Friar William Short, also looking at Franciscan themes. As you review these resources, consider the following questions. Firstly, how did you come to know about Francis of Assisi and the Franciscan tradition? Secondly, as you hear about the sources of Franciscan theology and spirituality, what is new? What surprises you? And finally, discuss your answers with your group. What different experiences do you have, and what have you found new and surprising